Welcome friends to another draft of Tarkir Dragonstorm. I'm Nico aka Ananda MTG, trying to make the magic happen. Without further ado, let's draft. Great Irration City as a first rare is not the ideal thing. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a one white spirit token. The whole pack is not... like Salt Road Pack Beast is fine. Sensitive Citadel is okay, but it's just, you know... Absent is the worst archetype, so I think I'll take the Encroaching Dragonstorm. Wingblade Disciple is also kind of okay, but I think Encroaching Dragonstorm is just a little better. I think also if I end up in Timur, it is just a very strong green card. Also in Sultai, maybe Sultai or Timur, not sure about it. So also Kishla Village here that can surveil too, which is actually pretty nice. Here we have Strategic Betrayal, Unsparing Boltcaster, which is okay, Effortless Master, but I think the Effortless Master is okay, you know, but it would have been a good follow-up if I had taken the Jeskai card here, the land. But it was an absent land. Whatever, I'll take the Sagu Wildling, also because it's green and also because I can search for basic lands, and this just enables... here we have Lie in Wait, which is okay, but it requires you to have something in your graveyard, which is, in the beginning of the game, it's not the best thing. I'd rather take the Uranus Rebuff, I think. Uranus Rebuff. Unending Whisper is also pretty nice, but I think Uranus Rebuff is just good at stalling, buying some time. Also, I do love the Snakeskin Veil as well. So, but I think Uranus Rebuff is a little more powerful because it's pretty good interaction. And yeah, let's just take it. So we can still go either Absent, either Sultai or Timur. So now we just have the Wildling so far. I can take the Thornwood Falls to follow that up, or the Uranus Rebuff just to show that blue's not open, taking the good stuff, sending signals out to the rest of the table here. That's probably a good approach. So far I think I have pretty good cards. I can take the Frontier Beauvoir, which I think is the best pick for me here. Those other cards are just not strong enough. I like Focus the Mind, but I am happy to pick up the blue and green land at this point. Just enables me to go this direction. Here I'll take the Dispelling Exhale as a pretty nice blue removal spell. I do like the Kori, but that is another deck. I do love Kori, it's one of my favorite cards, one of my most favorite cards. Sunpearl Kirin is also pretty nice, but I think the Dispelling Exhale is just what my deck wants. We're trying to be kind of, I think, a slow. We have some Harmonize synergy. This also makes me mill cards, so I think the Rainville Rejuvenator is something I should be taking. I could also take the Swiftwater Cliffs. Is it that good? How good is the Rainville Rejuvenator? Let me know if you would have taken this Cliffs or the Rejuvenator. I think the Cliffs are just, if I end up also splashing red, that might just be the better. Oh, Sipsig Appraiser, I love it. I love the Sipsig Appraiser here. And we are open for a Black Splash. Snakeskin Veil got tabled. That is making me pretty happy, and it shows us that we're on the right path. Here I can show you 17 lands. Those are the cards that have been taken. So people are playing different decks, but people are not playing green as supposedly. Let's take the Snakeskin Veil. Happy about that. It's interactive, not an interaction, but it's just a spell. Here, what's to take? Nothing for me here. I think Jadecast Sentinel. That's just, yeah, I don't love that. I'll take this just because it's a green creature. It's a flyer. It's a 1/4, but I don't love it. I'd rather take the Boltcaster, I think, but I don't really want to splash for something like this. I'd have another Snakeskin Veil, sure. So Flurry is also open, but haven't seen many good white cards. And I'm not casting a blue-red Flurry type deck to splash white. No. I have drafted an Azorius deck, blue and white, that felt good but just didn't work. And now I am sticking to the plan of what they want me to do in this set, which is to draft enemy colors. Rebellious Strike, sure. So now we have Shiko, Paragon of the Way, and I think that might be worth splashing for, because with this deck it might be possible, you know? These controlling type decks are often slow enough, or do I just take the Dragonstorm Forecaster? I have one dragon so far. Nothing too spectacular. So to also splash white, I'm not sure if it's really the way, or if I should just take the Synchronized Charge that has Harmonize, fits my strategy so far. It's just better, I guess. Wow, but that's pretty nice. Still, I'll take the Synchronized Charge and hope for some Timur stuff coming my way, or Sultai stuff that is much more realistic to splash. That attuned a hunter. So yeah, when cards leave my graveyard, I think Karu Goldkeeper, it is a dragon, and it also cares about cards leaving the graveyard. So I think I should be taking that. Try to enable Black Splash here as well. No red so far, but is that good? It's, you maybe hold a dragon when a dragon you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, it's also good, but I think that's just better for our deck. That's more realistically to end up in our deck. And here we have another Sultai rare, Tevel. That is one of the best cards in the set. Happy to pick that up. So I want this to yeah, going full Sultai, because this card is worth playing. It has lifelink. Thunder of Unity, yeah, but that's just a little too crazy, I think. I'd rather take the Rugged Highland here. Absent Monument will just search for swamp or plains or forest. Forest or swamp is fine, I think. Absent, not gonna search for a plains with that, but the other cards are okay, but I think this is the best card to help us cast the Tevel and also the Karu here. That's 4 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 5 mana. So I think I'm not splashing red probably, that's the thing. Timur Tawny Bag is also nice, but the Absent Monument, just nice. And the Jungle Hollow is also very nice for me. Take a quick look at the other cards. Aegis Sculptor is something that also cares about exiling stuff from the graveyard. I can put a counter on it, but I think, you know, I think the Jungle Hollow is more important at the moment. I think that's a better pick for us. Yeah, you see what? You see why here. Ice Ridge Serpent. That is a pretty nice controlling card. Also, I do love the Earth Carver. But I think looking at our interactive spell count, we should take the Serpent here. because it has more value for us. This is just for lands. This is also interactive spell. And this is to find stuff. Okay, Rebellious Strike, Dirk Island Dragon. That is also interactive, but Einok Wayfarer just care about milling, and I can put and I can find a land, so I'll take the Wayfarer happily. Not taking this, but I will take the second Wayfarer. Happy to see that. I think it's better than Wingspan Stride. Alright, so let's pick up the Wayfarer here. And here is another Serpent. I think that card's just playable and nice because it is a creature that has interaction. So, yeah, Boulderborn Dragon. Do we have dragon? 3 dragons, but nothing that cares about dragons so far. Just the Dispelling Exhale. And here I'll take the Attuned Hunter. Happy that this also got wheeled, so my deck is very, very open. Sultai Devotee here. I'll take it. Or I'll take the Essence Anchor. Sure. So I feel we have a pretty strong Sultai base. We have 2 black cards. We have no red cards, so we might end up not needing to splash red. Not for mediocre cards. Watcher of the Wayside. That is playable here. But it's the one card I would happily replace with some else. Agent of Codis. Exile this card from a graveyard. Put 2/1/1 counters. And here's a Gurmag Nightwatch. Yeah, I'll take that also. Okay, from now on we're just trying to... Okay, that is 2 times Hollowmurk Siege in 1 pack. I'll be taking one of those because it's very, very nice. I think the Absent mode is just really nice. And whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card. This just doesn't fit my strategy, but I'm happy to pick up this card. It's pretty strong and it's worth splashing for. So we have 3 times on the splash. And here's the Host of the Hereafter. When this creature or another creature dies, if it has counters on it. So no, I don't want that. What I do want is the Pummeler or the third Wayfarer. I think looking at our creatures, the Pummeler is just pretty nice. Also with it has a renew ability. So yeah, we are Sultai. We are Sultai. We are splashing those 3 cards if possible. This helps us find lands. This didn't we take the Sultai Devotee? I think we should take it. Oh, another Karu Goldkeeper. But I think what we need is the Sultai Devotee. Wow. It's a good card. What does this do? Pay this, sacrifice this, search for a plain swamp. Okay. Do I want the good 3/4 drop? But it's hard to cast. I'll take the Devotee, yeah. I want to be able to cast all my stuff here. Whirlwind Stormbrood. Sure, I'll take that happily. Or Dragon's Brood Relic. No, I'll take the Whirlwind Stormbrood. Put 3 counters on something. Or do I want this, the third Einok Wayfarer? It's just a 1/1. As though they had flash. Yeah, tough spot here. Not easy to decide on what I want, but I think Wayfarer is just good. Enables the whole stuff. And here's another code, is the Fangkeeper. Wow. So we can yeah, cut something else. But that is just nice. I want the Codis. I want that pretty much. That is a 4th card to splash. But it's worth splashing for. And here's another Karu goalkeeper. Like, how open is Saltai? Crazy stuff here. Like, I've played over the Pummeler, but this is just hard to cast. It's pretty hard to cast. So I'd rather have the Humbling Elder, so just as a good one drop. I want this. Dispelling Exhale. Champion of Tucson, also nice here. I think we cannot play those, all of those cards. Let's just play the Champion of Tucson over the Gurmag Nightwatch, Karu goalkeeper. How many of those were in those packs? This is just crazy. Yeah, tough spot. I think I cannot take it because I cannot play more than 5. I cannot play that many copies of this card. Unending Whisper, draw a card, Harmonize. Sure. Jeskai Brushmaster. Okay. Let's just take the whatever card. Another Karu goalkeeper. All of those Karu goalkeepers here. Destroy target artifact enchantment. Do I want that? I think playing 1 copy is pretty nice. Narset. So Jeskai was full on open as well, but we have so many Karu goalkeepers. By the way, if you're enjoying this so far, why don't you show some love by hitting that like or subscribe button down below? It really helps the channel grow, and I'd appreciate it a lot. But what to put out here? That's a big good question. So we have lands. We have pretty good lands. We need 4 sources of black. Sure. We're gonna get Mana Screwed probably, but we have the Epson Monument. We have the Saltai Devotee. So I think we can kick one, put an island here. Or better, the forest, 1 more forest. That is the worst creature. Ainok Wayfarer is just good. Oh, I think 1 Snakeskin Veil is enough. I think we don't need the Humbling Elder. Maybe Agent of Code is also just not good enough. Let's just kick out the worst creatures. Champion of Tucson, I think it's pretty aggressive, but also a good blocker. So let's kick one of the Wayfarers. Dragonstorm also helps us find basic lands. So we might, yeah, Gurmag Nightwatch, Attuned Hunter, Champion of Tucson. And what else? What's the last card? Yeah, Heritage Lacrimation. Okay, I'll give it a shot like this. I think the deck is good, but let's see. Nah, being mana screwed this hard sucks. I'll still keep hope for my luck to mill some blue card. Some blue land with the Wayfarer next turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a Rugged Highland. I found one. So let's just mill some cards. Zap. Okay, Harmonize the Unending Whisper, Attuned Hunter. Sure. Opponent plays an island. Plays a Timur Devotee. We drew another island. Let's play the island. Let's play the Agent of Codis. Let's pass the turn. No attacks. Opponent draws a card and plays a mountain, followed by a Dragonstorm Globe. Let's just put one of the 3 cards on top of my library and the other ones into my graveyard. So I'll take the Wayfarer. I'm going to mill myself out pretty hard, I think. No attacks. I want a black mana source to cast my Codis. Essence Anchor. Can create pretty a lot of 2/2s with this. Let's cast this first. Then like this. And then I will create a 2/2 by getting that swamp. And that is pretty nice. Have a lot of creatures now. I'll attack with the 3/3. Opponent blocks the Gurmic Nightwatch. Passing the turn. So now next turn we can cast the Codis. Dragonback Assault. Oh wow, that's also a very, very strong card that hurts like hell. Oh no, what a nightmare. Let's play the land. Let's play the Codis, the Fangkeeper. And pass the turn. We don't really need the Dragonstorm anymore, but we can just put out the lands of our deck. We can put counters on the Codis as well. But we need to find a removal spell for the flyer. Yeah, I want that. I'll Uranus rebuff this creature. Whew. That makes me happy. Please, come on. Please. Yeah. Okay, now I'll Agent of Codis my Codis. So that's why it's Agent. And that I'm gonna activate that ability. And sure, I'll attack with my Indestructible for 3 for 4 damage. Pretty nice. So they are blocking, okay. And that is my turn. Opponent draws a card. Plays a forest, creates another dragon. This card is just insane. I put out the enchantment killer. Yeah, I'll not block, not for now. Return the... Look at the top 2 cards. Yeah. I'll... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll do it for 6. Cancel. Decline. Return that creature. Autopay. Whenever a land enters, they can make that 5/5 dragon token. Yeah, some nice dragon synergy. Ooh. Ouch. Yeah. No attacks. Does hurt. It does hurt that... I'll take the 5. I need to get rid of the dragon somehow. They make another dragon. Ooh, nice. That is just too much. That is just way too much happening here. Yeah, it hurts. It hurts that I lose to this with this deck, but because the deck felt really strong. But this deck my opponent had, but this creature Karakik is just an insane creature. That's just pretty unfair. That is just way too unfair. Karakik. All right. I like this. I just need to find some lands. Definitely could use some lands. If I find 2 lands, I'll be happy. Yeah, found 1. Cast a Salsa Devotee, and just a second land would be just amazing here. Ideally just the swamp. Get the Codis out here. But I can... Okay, Sipsic Appraiser. Look at the top 2 cards. Put one of them into your hand and the other one into my graveyard. Nice. Attack for 2. This is how I like it. This is how I like it. This is how it's supposed to be. Dragonstorm Globe. I'll play the island. And I'll just... You know what? I'll just play the Codis. Attack for 2. And passing that turn. How could I just cast it? It costs black? I didn't tap this? Is it a bug? Or am I stupid? Forest, forest, island, island. I paid 1. I paid 1. Okay, yeah, I see. Now I see. It was possible. I'm not stupid. Now I'll attack for... Let's find the lands. You know what? Find those lands. I want a swamp and a forest. I'll attack for 2. Opponent goes down to 13 life. So they killed my Codis, which sucks, but still feeling pretty nice, pretty good. Let's just cast the Taboo. Spells you cast have Delve. So I can just pay 1, exile the land, and I'm paying with a life. Okay. Mill some cards. I'll attack with those 2. Opponent does block, so I can just do it like this, like with Delve. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I lose 4 life, but I'll get Gurmag Night Watch. What? I don't understand. How could I... What is Delve exactly? Delve is each card you exile pays for 1. Ah, okay, so this needs to be... I would need to all 6, okay. But that way just doesn't work. You know what? I don't understand it. I'll pass the turn. Hate to do it because I could have casted it somehow, but I don't understand the Delve exactly. Maybe it's because of those. I would have, but it was only possible to like. Okay, destroy target non-land permanent. That is them killing my stuff. Karu Goldkeeper. Let's play that. Let's play the synchronized charge. Give each of those a counter. Attack for 3. Opponent goes down to 10. Opponent mills 3 cards. I could have used one of those. Opponent does. They also splashed for white and red. So they are all colors. Opponent considering their next move. Sonic Shrieker. Oh no, I don't like it. I don't like it. I need to discard a card and I lose 2 life. I'll discard the Dragonstorm because I just don't care that much about it anyway. Let's just play the Attuned Hunter. And now play the Gurmag Nightwatch. For those 3 colors. Look at the top 3 cards. Yeah, I want that to going to my hand. And the others to my graveyard. No attacks, not now. You may discard a card. When you do, return target creature or land from your graveyard to your hand. So they are... You don't have a creature. They can just get a land card. Found a swamp. Okay, returning a swamp to their hand. Playing that swamp. They're not gonna attack. I don't think so. But I can just Uranus rebuff. Okay, Teeming Dragonstorm, sure. 2 2/2s entering the battlefield. Opponent passes that turn. We drew the Hollowmurk Siege, and that says whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature, it gains menace until end of turn. So let's just do that. Absent. Let's just do that. And find... Let's take the island here. Let's play the island. Let's put 2 +1/+1 counters on my Karu Goldkeeper. Autopay. And that is nice because now they are bigger. Then let's just also now distribute those. Tap this creature 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I would have tapped, I should tap a creature with power 5. If I do that, I can put a +1/+1 counter on this and this creature. Yeah, auto pay. And that is pretty nice. Now I'll attack. Also with this, no, you know what? I'll attack with those. And I'll put a menace counter on that creature. What a nice deck. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to work out. Okay, they can kill that. I can live with that. They are blocking the 3/3, sure. I'm dealing 7 damage. And I'll pass the turn. I'll take 7, 9 damage. That's not gonna kill me. And they're not gonna block. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. They can destroy my Hollowmurk Siege. Okay, no more +1/+1 for attacking creatures. Let's play the Beauvoir. Let's just try to return target creature, decline to their owner's hand. They must have a counter spell. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Let's just attack with those 2. And opponent does block. But that, okay. Done. Still looking pretty good for me, I think. They're not gonna be able to get out of this, I think. Let's just hope so. Those 7/7s. Okay, Sultai is the shit. Sultai is the deck to play. Or Timur, I think. I haven't had the biggest success with a Timur deck so far. Sultai was just pretty nice, and I had some success with Jeskai. Nice. Making the magic happen. Alright. That's a keepable hand. I like that. Opponent. Yeah. Okay, good game. Let's wish him a good game. Play an island. Play the Sultai Devotee. Pass the turn. Hello. And let's play the... Yeah, what's the play? Let's just play the Wayfarer here. Just to be able to find another land here. Found a land. Definitely want that land. I'll attack for 2. Pass the turn. Opponent goes to 18 life. Sultai Devotee. Einok Wayfarer. Pretty nice cards. Teaming Encroaching Dragonstorm. Let's just now choose Absent. Whenever you attack target creature, whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card. But I'm not having those that many counters, but I could have drawn 2 cards, but still. Oh, maybe I'll. Let's put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Okay, pass the turn. Let's. Oh no, you. Yeah, you know what? Still doing it now because. Oops. Because that would have been a good idea to do it before. I could have attacked for 6. Then opponent would have been at 12 life, but still okay. Opponent did nothing. That must hurt. I'll attack. Put a +1/+1 counter on a Sultai Devotee. Ooh, ouch. They can't do anything. Let's cast the Encroaching Dragonstorm, find some lands. Find a swamp and an island. And pass the turn. But that is probably it if my opponent can't do anything. Yeah. That was not fun, but it made up for my painful loss that I had before, that one that I had earlier, so yeah. Okay, yeah, mana wise looking good, pretty nice. This is kind of the perfect starting hand, to be honest. I'll just start with the Sagu Wildling, find a land. Like, I can remove so many lands so fast. I want whatever I want. I have a swamp already. I want a forest. Opponent draws a card, plays an island, plays a Mardu Devotee, scries for 2, and we drew another land. I'm not complaining about it. Let's just cast that Einok Wayfarer because I want to mill. I want to find those lands. Now I can get the renew ability, exile this, put 2 counters and a flying counter on target creature. Sure. So next, let's just play the forest. Let's just play the Sultai Devotee. Let's attack for 2. Opponent takes the damage, passing the turn. Opponent played a Sandstep Citadel last turn. Now they are playing a mountain. They are Mardu. Surgo's Vanguard. That is the one that needs to be dealt with, I think, pretty soon. But at the moment, feeling nice because we have... Let's put the Einok Wayfarer into play again. Found a land, removing a land. Let's take the island here. And play the Agent of Codis. And I do not want to attack at the point. They're also not going to attack, at least not with their Surgo, because that can get really threatening, I think. If they find some mobilized stuff at Absent, they at the beginning of your end step put a +1/+1 counter on each creature. That is just pretty good. What a nice. Put 2+2/+1/+1 counters and a flying counter. And I think I'll just put it on this and try to fly over them. With that card, yeah. That is 4 damage. Opponent goes down to 14. Opponent plays a mountain. Place it